Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's had a very nice week with very minimal stress. Hopefully, you work with wonderful people that have great attitudes and really help you maximize every day. And if you don't, bring that energy yourself. My gym is still closed. They're not doing the best job communicating. So today, we're going to do yoga and we're going to do some weightlifting with basic dumbbells. If you have bands at home, if you have 10-pound dumbbells, if you have 20-pound dumbbells, any of the above will be fine, even the 5-pounders, 2-pounders, because we're going to do some lifts from right here on the ground, which will really help isolate those upper body muscles. Because when you lift weights from the ground, you can't use your knees, your back, can't really cheat any of the repetitions. So now we're doing a pretzel stretch. Switching up the order a bit today, trying to keep things fresh. Going into our cat cows. So for me, this will be a couple days now without getting in the actual gym. But by getting these solid yoga lift sessions in, you don't feel any regression. And if anything, we're resting some of our muscles on the heavier, more strenuous lifts that we do almost on a daily basis. Donkey kicks, you can see my foot coming over my right shoulder there. Go for that extra extension up. That's where you're going to really feel the burn in your butt. There's 10. Fire hydrants, or as Frank calls it, the peeing dog. Other side. It's 10. Hair's looking fresh today. Mets play the Marlins tonight. They won yesterday. Child's pose. But a friend of mine who's a big fan has a very hard time even enjoying wins, which makes it quite difficult. Let's step through with our left foot, keep our right hand down. Even though my left arm goes out of frame, the important part is down here. You can see my legs are lined up and I have virtually no weight on my right hand. Now, when you're a beginner, you might plant that whole hand down to keep balance, or you might lower your other leg. So if you're a beginner, you don't have to be all the way up here. You work your way up bit by bit. Exhale, reach forward. Let's come back down, downward facing dog, upward facing dog, back up to plank. Right leg steps through, left hand down. Come into a plank. A lot of familiar exercises for you guys here, but we're going in a different order, confusing the body, mixing it up. And then we're going to get a great arm pump when our whole body doesn't expect it, which is the best time. I did not pick the furniture in this apartment. My brother did. I know the couch looks like it's from 1975, and it probably is. Hold the plank if you're an expert. Left hand out, right foot up. Let's go to the other side. Okay. All right, back to seated with our legs crossed. I'm going to quickly redo my hair, as most men do in the gym, so you guys can see my ugly facia. Okay. So with the legs crossed, straight back, let's put our right hand behind our right back. Really reach with your left. Feel this in your back. Feel this on the left side of your upper lower back oblique section. And then the other side. And this is a great stretch before you do any twists. Good way to really make sure your back is fully extended, fully elongated. Intersect fingers and just reach forward. Now back on our back. Try to scooch up so you're on your upper back. Now we're doing some air humps. I guess you could call them bridges. I think air humps is more fun. Some people will put a weight here. To me, a lot of times, whether you're doing, you see people do pull-ups or they put a whole chain around their waist and blah, blah, blah. I think it's much more efficient, a lot of these types of exercises, to focus on form, controlling your weight, controlling the rep, opposed to just adding weight because you feel, I don't know, maybe it looks cooler, looks more intense. Focus on the form, which I, by the way, still have a lot of room to improve on this. And you can see I don't have the same flexibility back here that a gymnast or a great yogi would have. I'm still practicing it every day. Right leg is straight up, left leg is planted. Let's try to get that back up some more. Other side. Let's get into our crunches now. Basically the opposite of the bridge motion. Lower back stays flat. The legs are doing a lot of work here, pumping in and out. So I don't want to take up too much time with crunches in the middle of our session. So I'll cut myself off here at 50 and then instead go with slow bicycles, elbow to knee, opposite leg extended, feeling the flex right there, and not just going boom, 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 but rather under control. Dominate your own body weight. Exhale at the flex point. Okay, back on our butts. Now I'm going to grab two 10-pound dumbbells. The exercises I'm about to do, you could use 5-pounders, 2-pounders. You could even do it with no weight. But before we start with the weight, legs crossed. Do some mini backward circles, warming up our shoulders. And then let them grow into nice big windmills. And we're going to come forward. Great big windmills. And again, guys, for anybody that can't get to a gym or for whatever reason, you're kind of limited to your apartment. Yesterday, today, and I'll show you guys all the time, ways to get great workouts without ever stepping foot in a gym. All right. You should even feel that burn in your shoulders just from doing the circle sitting down. What you're going to start to notice right away is how isolated the upper body muscles become when from the waist down, there's absolutely no movement. It's dead weight down there. So now I'm doing these twists and really feeling it across the abdomen because there's no work, nothing at all that my legs are supporting. Okay. And we're going to take our two 10-pound dumbbells. We're going to bring them close. And we're going to continue to do twists. This is going to really activate not just our stomach muscles, not just our obliques, but the way I'm holding the dumbbell, there's space between my elbow and my body, which means my shoulders, my traps, my biceps, all engaged. And then grip strength, as well as forearm muscle, is getting built up, which will help you with things like pull-ups and a lot of things with functional strength. For example, if you're somebody that is not really good at shaking hands, like every handshake, you get your hand crushed, even if you have a smaller hand, this will really help. This will get your grip like fucking Brock Lesnar. Okay, keeping the weight here. Now we're going to come up. Just like we do standing, we're working our shoulder circuit. And now we're suddenly weightlifting right from the yoga. Good example of the hybrid. Despite the light weight, this is very hard. You're going to feel this particularly right on that motion, where we're bringing our elbows to the middle, not quite touching the weight, turning our hands. You're going to feel like a ice pick getting stuck in your traps in a good way. From there, these are tough because you can't go all the way down. You got to stop before your knees. And back to twists. And to be clear, 10 pounds is the heaviest I would want to do this at. And you guys know I'm a gym rat. So even if you're using no weight, just doing all the motions I just did, it's going to be a fantastic workout. I got 20, 15 pounders, 40 pounders all here in my apartment. So I have options. So I just want to make it clear, some of these exercises are so good, bottom line, you don't need heavy weight, especially if you're not a fucking monstrous person like me. Like I wasn't built humongo. If I was, I'd be in the NBA, obviously. Okay. Arms feel a nice little pump there. Let's get back into our downward facing dog. Only 14 minutes in, gotten some great work done. Let's pedal our feet. I think this angle is better for you guys to see that. And this is going to stretch out our calves. So check out my left knee is bent when my right heel is touching the ground, and the opposite. Left heel touching, right leg bent. Right heel touching, left leg bent. Now this might look very simple, which it is, but it's also very important. And you can really feel in your calves those creaks and cracks come through, which is going to help with both activating functional strength and injury prevention, which is what I'm most focused on. Above all else is just feeling good every day physically. It's not about, getting all jacked up. It's about not getting jacked up by life. More upward facing dog. We're going to go to a side plank. Now, if you're a beginner, you can always put down your right knee, okay? And start with your right knee down. It's still going to be very tough for you. And try to keep that balance. As you build up your strength, whether it's for a second and then you come back down, or eventually you can hold it, the goal is to get your whole body up and keep it straight as an arrow. But again, for beginners, you don't have to start at the end. Start at the beginning. Start with that right knee down. Start to build up the strength, feel the confidence, and you will get there. Switch it up to the other side. Whoa. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I have the comments hidden from my view, so I will check you guys out in 1 minute. And back to our regular plank. And I'll check out what comments I've missed. Good morning, Ethan. What's up? Make adjustments, not excuses. I love you, Florida Nightmare. That's right. Okay, we're going to do a couple of ball sit-ups here. For those of you that don't have a bouncy ball at home, feel free to just do some regular crunches during this part. But I like to show this off because I'm a dork and I play FIFA. You can see my television screen's right there. My bouncy ball is right there. So, if I'm playing FIFA, every single time I'm setting the game up, I'm doing sit-ups like so. Anytime I've got a solid lead and I feel pretty confident, I play like this. I'm not as good playing this way, but I play like this. In between a game, maybe doing a substitution, maybe a penalty. Point is, if you're gaming, and I know some people out there game for hours a night, do it on a bouncy ball. In between every single break in action, or rather during every single break in action, you get these little sets in of great sit-ups. It's going to really work your upper abs, where a lot of the stuff we do on the ground is focused on the lower abs. So it's a great compliment. I do these almost on a nightly basis if I have time to play a game of FIFA to decompress, if for whatever reason work is stressful. And it's really helpful. Then what I do is I lean right up. I like to come here and touch my toes. Nice stretch from the ball, touching your toes. So after you've done all of that sitting backward and crunching, now we're leaning forward and stretching. Now when you're playing, you want to have a straight back. So you're on the ball like Dwight Schrute in The Office, and you're working your core while you're playing. This is another great thing if you're watching sports, if you're watching a movie, if you're doing something. I believe the term is coupling. What you're doing is you're taking your ball exercise and you're coupling it with something that you really enjoy, like playing a video game. All of a sudden, the exercise itself becomes secondary in your brain, and you can end up getting hundreds of extra sit-ups every single night. It's no different than listening to music when you're running or an audiobook when you're walking. I highly recommend this for gamers out there that detest the gym but want to start working on their health a little. Okay, let's come up to our feet. Shout out to all the gamers. I play FIFA 2019 exclusively. And I'm still, honestly, it's not like I'm the GOAT. I'm good, but Jesus, I still can't dominate at the highest level, which is pretty embarrassing. All right, shaking out the arms, getting them loose after some of the Pressure on the ground. Touch our feet. Right hand down, left hand down, right arm up. Left hand up, right arm down. Feet apart. Straight down. Left arm down, right arm up. Left down, right arm down, left arm up. Get in the middle of my little body armor towel here. I know you can't see my head, but it's irrelevant right now. Grabbing our right leg. See, it took me a second there to catch my balance, but now it is caught. And we're going to come up without putting our foot on the ground. Grab our right knee with our left hand and look over our right shoulder. Great pose to hold. You're going to get the burn. You're going to increase flexibility. And your balance is going to be put to the test. Come back forward. Going into Warrior 3. I've got a television behind me, so I'm keeping my leg bent. Gotta have spatial awareness. Doing yoga in a tight spot. And there we go. Stayed on that left foot whole way through. Let's go to the right. Catch our balance. And up. Looking over our left shoulder. Don't want to break my TV. So we're going to keep that leg bent. Whew, just kept the balance there. Okay. Now let's get into some air squats. So the key with our air squats always is to get low, arch our back. So we're really putting all the pressure on our glutes. And now I'm going to add, as we get to the top, boom, pop up to your tippy toes to get the calves that extra action. This is a great exercise to release your endorphins and start making you feel extra energy for your day. One of the more painful, tedious exercises to start doing. So for everyone out there, the first couple times, maybe even the first week or two of doing air squats, you're probably going to hate them at first, especially while you're doing them. But I think you'll notice very quickly, once you're done with a set, you feel empowered. And then you're going to like them. Then you're going to be addicted to them. So just give them a chance. Give them a chance and focus on that form. Rep count, not important. Now what I like to do is I start to really feel a burn. Is rather than think, oh, I only got X amount left, is I come up, stay on my tippy toes, and we bounce. Working our calves here with these very quick micro calf lifts. What am I doing here? Giving the calves a double down while resting my quads and my ass a bit. Start to lose balance, put the hands out like a ski jumper. Then we come back down to our squat and hold it. Giving our calves a second to relax. Left elbow over right knee. Looking up at the sky. And now we go back to our air squats. Woo, almost fell backward. But now we're really feeling that burn to finish the set. Okay. Now we're going to take one step forward. This angle's actually still probably better. Hands up. These hurt. These just straight up hurt after doing the air squats. You're going to really feel the burn. Very nice, very nice. Okay, stretching out those quads again. Take a sip of body armor. So we're 26 minutes in. Essentially been on the ground lifting the whole time. Now we're going to grab a couple weights. A couple 20-pounders. Always great to have some dumbbells in the house just in case. We'll start with our varying curls. Starting with our regulars, so our palms are reaching the sky when we get to the flex point. It's just a matter of changing up the grips so you get all the different muscles in your biceps. I'll step back here for you. So after doing 10 on the regular, I'm going to 10 to the hammers. And then last grip is the hardest, our reverse curls. Our top of our hand is facing the ceiling coming up, and our palm is facing the ground. So one thing I do sometimes, I think I've done it a lot on live streams though, is I just obviously pumped up my arms, right? With just 20-pounders. Now I'm going into the laboratory, grabbing these big old boys, 40-pounders. Compromising on form a little. But that really helps tear the muscle and force you to rebuild by going from the light pump to all of a sudden the heavyweight push. Now we're getting back into our ball sit-ups. Should really just call these gamer sit-ups or Dwight Schrute sit-ups. And again, I do these every night. And it's the, in my opinion, perfect complement to all the lower ab work that you see on a day-to-day basis from me with the crunches, the yoga, all those donkey kicks and elbows to knees, not to mention when we run and we do our uphill march twisted. This focuses on the upper ab area. From there, we're going to keep our ball, and this is more advanced. So definitely at first try from a stable surface, if at all. But when you don't have a gym, you need to use angles to create your different exercises and targets. So for example, making an incline press is simple. You just need to put your feet up. Now what you're going to see here is I'm putting my foot up on this bouncy ball. Ball's not touching anything, totally loose. So the stability is going to fall very much on my shoulders and on my arms. Planking alone here is very hard, but we're going to try to be even more crazy about it. So we start with 2 feet on. I wonder if this angle will actually be better for you guys. I think it will. Okay, there you go. So we're holding, right? Now we're going to keep our left foot on the ball, right knee to elbow, while we're having to keep the base locked in. Again, this is more advanced. You're working your abs, your arms, your shoulders, and your butt all at once. Switch feet. All right. And right back to more ball sit-ups. Those are really tough, guys. Take those nice and slow the first time you try. Okay. Now let's get right back into twists. After working our shoulders like that, these are going to be particularly tough. Just grabbing 10 pounders. God damn. Come on, Jenks. Here we go. Feet are together. I do these every day. It's always the bottom part of the dumbbell right here is coming to my opposite rib cage. Well, I have space between the dumbbell and my torso. So I have to keep this frame, this kind of box in front of me that I'm holding almost. Once you learn these twists, you'll never go back. Now let's have a little fun with it. We're going to do a little boxing move here. 1, 2, then uppercut, uppercut. 1, 2, uppercut, uppercut. 1, 2, uppercut, uppercut. The uppercuts are going to give you a low to high twist and a little more on the bicep. Looks a little silly, but it's a lot more fun. If we're not having fun, what are we doing? Make sure to check out Wake Up Barstool coming up in 9 minutes, FS1. Shout out to our partners over at Fox. Really starting to burn here. As you guys know, I don't count until I feel the pain, and I'm feeling it. So let's go for 100 twists now. 1, 2. That's 10. And again, we're only using 10-pound dumbbells. But this turns into one of the great workouts of the day. It's 20. For whatever it's worth, I'm now fully breaking a sweat. So I don't think it's a coincidence it's during this high resistance exercise. We've got 50 left. Come on, don't get soft now. Keep those arms up. 30 left. Uh, 76, 5, 4, 3, 2. Woo! I don't even know how many I really did. Kind of counted the last 100. Kind of have no clue what I actually ended up at. Okay. Now let's stay at this angle, see how this works. My biceps are completely on fire. Shout out to the Kings of Body Armor. So what I'm going to do is apply maximum pressure to my shoulders. And I think that's the perfect angle. Okay. So we put our feet up on the ball. Gather our balance. One leg, right knee to right elbow. Left knee to left elbow. And then push-ups. Great alternative to the bench press, to the cross cables. And by having your feet up on the ball, you got to keep both stability and you get a much deeper stretch coming down. Whew, felt great. Okay, back to seated. Cross our legs. Let's go one hand behind the back. Other stretches over. Other side. Bending our leg. Pigeon pose. Whew. Great yoga session today with some weightlifting in between. Just a little pump too, not much. It's really been more on the ground today. But as we approach 40 minutes, let's wrap it up. Show proper respect to Wake Up Barstool. Hope you guys are all enjoying the shows, watching them, turning them on your TVs. Even if you're not watching your TV, you can mute it. I don't care. Just get some views up. Shout out Body Armor. Let's go for one more tough set with the ball. I think this is a little bit of a better view. For all you gamers out there, get a bouncy ball in your apartment. Start gaming from your bouncy ball. It'll fix your posture, make you stronger. You'll feel better. You won't even notice you're exercising when you are. Hold. Gonna really feel this in your triceps. Yeah. All right. Wake up bar stool in 2 minutes. Have a great Friday, guys. Check out all of our shows this weekend. Tons of football coverage across the board. And just remember, there's nothing you can't overcome. No stress so great that you give up. Keep fighting. Whew. Keep fighting. And happy Friday. Great yoga.